been a few months, or like a month or two, since I've posted a video, and I wanted to give y'all a little update on what's going on with me. So I've been recently seeing a new neurologist. I saw him Tuesday, and he took me off of like 7 medications out of the 21 that I take normally. And sorry, that's my sister's dog. And he put me back on 3 of them, and then he added like 4 new ones. So it's a lot. The reason why he took me off those medications was because they were causing my headaches, my memory loss, and there was something else that it was causing, but I don't remember at this time. It's one of the things that, you know, that he's doing. He did prescribe me a memory medication for headaches, but it's actually the medication that it is. It's actually used to treat Alzheimer's and dementia patients. And I went into this appointment thinking, you know, oh, he's gonna tell me, you know, everything's gonna be fine, whatever. And to be honest, I was thinking that, but it only made it worse, because he confirmed one of my biggest fears right now. Dementia and Alzheimer's runs in my family on my mom's side. It runs on my grandpa's side of the family. And he did tell me, you know, I will eventually get Alzheimer's and dementia. I won't get it because it's in the genetics, but I will get it because of the hydrocephalus and the number of brain surgeries that I've had, which is up to 15 now, because I had 3 in February that I had. And so it's like, when he confirmed that, you know, my first thought was, crap. I don't want to not remember people. I don't want to do that, you know. It's some for me, not being able to remember, it's scary. And you know, I started noticing, at least for me, with all these medications that I was on, my memory was slipping because I was not remembering the days I worked or the hours. I wasn't remembering what day it was, like currently. I couldn't remember the last time I worked or when I started working back up. I couldn't remember when I went to go see a doctor. I couldn't remember numbers. And, you know, because for me, where I work, we have numbers to punch in and for our lobby and whatnot. And for me, I couldn't remember those numbers, so I would have to write them down. And sometimes it was hard for me. I'm getting to the point now, this is day 2 on the memory medication. I've done pretty good with it. It does give me some headaches. Sorry guys, my eyes are stinging. I have this pressure right now in the back of my head, but that's from an allergic reaction I had to a new inhaler, which was Symbicort. I'm allergic to it. My PCP got it because I'm having more and more trouble breathing since in February they incubated me 3 times to do the brain surgeries. The first time the shunt just wasn't working. The second time I had a brain bleed, and then the third time the shunt took, but they had to incubate me, which is they put a tube down your throat to help you breathe. And I don't remember any of it, to be honest. I just remember only 1 surgery. I do remember how long I stayed. I stayed for like 7 or 9 days in the hospital, which for me, it takes me a lot longer to recover. And I'm glad I was able to spend time with family while I could, while I was able to. Mowgli, no! Sorry guys, my cat's trying to take my pizza. And so it was it was difficult. So I mean, it is what it is. This was originally supposed to help me, but it's not helping me at all. It's making things a lot worse for me. This was the first day I was using it, and it made it to where I could not breathe at all. When I inhaled it the first time, and I inhaled it, and they told me to rinse out my mouth, or do 2 pumps, rinse out my mouth after, and then, you know, brush my teeth or whatever. And that's how I normally do it, or do my inhalers. And this one was just not a good thing. I tried to do as normal as they said, you know, to intake it. And this medication, I knew something was wrong because it was kind of stinging my throat. And after I did it, and when I came back to when I was starting to walk back to my room, I was getting lightheadedness really suddenly, and then I went and came and sat down, and I laid my head back, and I just felt this, you know, really strong pain in the back of my head, which I still have now, but that might be because I have my hair kind of up. And then I was having trouble breathing. My breath was getting to where it was like struggling to breathe, and then I suddenly started getting this sudden urge to puke. And so I ran to the bathroom twice. The first time I dried heat and just puked out mucus, and then the second time I puked up mucus, and then I puked up lung tissue, which had a little bit of blood. So I went to Walmart to talk with a pharmacist who gave it to me. He goes, it's not any of your other medications that you're taking, but it has to be your Symbicort that you're having. According to what you're telling me, that's a severe reaction, and I recommend you not take anything, or not take it until you talk to your doctor. I tried calling my doctor, I think 3 times. They didn't bother to answer me at all. And I tried to leave a voicemail, they didn't bother to answer me. And then I left them an email message, and they called me right away, and I was telling them I had a fatal reaction to this. I talked to the nurse and told her, hey, this is what was happening. So she relayed it to my doctor, and so my doctor's instructions was to no longer take this, which I actually need to throw away. To no longer take this, and that she's not going to prescribe me any more inhalers, basically. So the Pro Air, which I've been taking a lot at work, so I'm just going to be stuck with that until I can probably go see a pulmonologist. But that was a really scary thing that happened to me this morning. I'm glad, I was able to see the pharmacist and then talk to the nurse and talk to my doctor. And they were able to tell me, hey, don't take it anymore. So that's good. But I'm just praying. My hope right now is that this memory and headache medication work, because this memory pill is also a headache pill, and it's used for dementia and Alzheimer's patients. I think the reasoning behind him prescribing this one, at least for me, is because he did say I will eventually get Alzheimer's and dementia. So I think this was his way of maybe prescribing it so it'll slow down the process of me getting it, because with these brain surgeries, they're unpredictable. They do damage your brain sometimes, because you do run the risk of bleeding. You do run the risk of your brain sitting in that water, and it's suffocating your brain. So it does do damage to you. And for me, for the past couple of years, I've had a brain surgery almost every year or every 2 years now, and every surgery that I've had lately, it's not been an easy road. There's times when I can't get up out of the hospital bed to go to the bathroom. There are times when I can't hold my utensil to feed myself. I can't brush my hair. Well, you're not supposed to brush your hair anyway, just because of that side, but, you know, and there's times when I can't even walk with a walker, and so they have to push me in a wheelchair. So, I mean, it is scary. It's one of those scary things. Sorry, guys, my cat is attempting to walk. Mowgli, sit down. Sorry, guys. But, I mean, it is a scary thing. And I'm just waiting, you know, waiting to see what the future holds. What is in God's plan for me at this point. So I am praying it goes well, according to His plan. And I'm believing that, you know, His healing power will heal me eventually. So, just wanted to keep y'all updated. Catch y'all later, guys.